Hello. Hello, welcome to my Bioshock 1 speedwalk. I am using the New Game Plus to pretty much start with everything that's going to let me do a lot of the skips. I have the volume off because when I did this last time, I tried to upload, I got a bunch of copyright strikes. So it was also impossible to hear me over the game. So hopefully that solves the problem. So I figure I can do this under an hour. My last one was 2 hours, but I made some errors. We're waiting for the intro to play. It's a little funny, kind of completely silent. Wonder if they just reused those ARM models, if those are custom, like the woman up there. It kind of looks like the Lady Jane model used later in the game for the splicers. And then perhaps the other one on behind her is the breadwinner model for splicers. They just cleaned them up a little bit, but maybe they're completely custom models made just for the airplane scene. It's impossible for me to know. I could probably watch a behind the scenes video or something. Basically, the New Game Plus, I've run it through. It's kind of a collaborative New Game Plus. I've done it like one New Game Plus leading into the other 4 or 5 times. I have like 1,500 atom. I have every weapon, every upgrade. So it's really shouldn't be any challenge. No combat won't be challenging to me. I'm not going to fight any big daddies. I'm going to save the first little sister and just skip the rest. There's no point for me. Alright, let's get started. We're going to move this way. This part fairly linear. I don't know any bugs or any way to skip things outside. That's an error. Which is why this is a speed walk and not a speed run. If I'm sure there are Bioshock speedrunners who know how to do everything extremely quickly without the New Game Plus, but I just don't, so that's just not gonna happen. Moving up. Moving here, I can navigate in the dark pretty okay. There we go, skip that. And moving. Sure, the sprint, art, industry, and science. Science. Alright. So this early part, especially until we get to medical, is pretty limited. I get all my stuff at the beginning of medical. So until we get that, we're essentially playing a normal game, and I could still do it pretty quick. It's mostly just me. It's not a speed run level, but it is mostly just me running through and skipping all the side content. Here's the desk of Andrew Ryan. Whenever I see this thing, I always think, oh, my settings are wrong, it's going to be too big, but it's not covering the full projector, obviously. There's a service radio, there's the eagle attacking a man. There's the hand of God from the Vatican. There's the hammer and sickle falling out of the sky, and the Kremlin shooting a laser at that guy. I believe in the lore, they transported most of the people down by submarines. You got a lot of belongings and stuff. I really don't know who these bathyspheres were made for. It couldn't have been efficient to move people in the bathysphere one by one like this, but I really don't know. I always like this intro scene, seeing Rapture for the first time. It really gives a great sense of scale to how big the city is, and you can see areas that will end up in the future. Like there's Fort Frolic, you can see the areas in Fort Frolic, like the cigarette store, and the Robertson's Tobacco, and Pharaoh's Fortune Casino, and Surprise. I assume that's Fort Frolic. It's like all of the Fort Frolic signs are right there. There's Cohen's Collection. But we are pretty close to the entrance, and as I'll show you there's the complete hall. So it seems like that's gotta be, but maybe they're ads for Fort Frolic. When we get to Fort Frolic during the break, when Cohen is talking to us for the first time, we'll take a look at the map and I'll discuss the strangeness, we'll call it, of some of the areas we go in Bioshock. So welcome to Rapture. Should be decently smooth. I've done it a billion times. I'm trying to think if there's anything. There's just a lot of cutscenes and waiting, elevator rides and stuff. I think the only area I can foresee a problem is going to be the farmer's market. Maybe it'll take a second to get all the distilled water and stuff, and maybe Apollo Square. Sometimes I get lost around that area. And Olympus Heights, the Apollo Square, Olympus Heights area. But I really don't think I'm going to have that hard a time. If you're playing on New Game Plus, you do not get to do the rematch with her, if I remember correctly, because the tonic that you take and she appears in Neptune's Bounty is missing. So you fight her outside the smuggler's den in Point Neptune's Bounty, but you never fight her again. A friend of mine was absolutely terrified of this area as a kid, and refused to leave the Batsphere. I don't remember the stuttering looking this bad on PlayStation 3 when I originally played this. I'm playing the remastered version on the computer through Steam, so I wonder if it did look like that. And frankly, I can see some differences, but I don't think it looks that much better. I'm kind of just playing it to... It's the version I had installed at the time. I never uninstalled and reinstalled the original version. So we're talking to Atlas. I'm going to take a quick soda. Moving through. It's the Vita Chambers. There is very detailed. There's a lot of neat stuff. You can see areas that will end up later. It slows us down a little bit. I can't walk through this invisible wall. I'm gonna take that. Come on, the wrench. Find a crowbar or something. I'm spamming. There we go. We'll get the couch thrown at us. I always thought that was neat. This guy's gonna be to our right. Boom. Boom. He's dead. We'll search him, take that stuff. I should get like 9 of each when we get there. But I don't know. Maybe I won't. Electrobolt. That's our cutscene. These are the longest parts of the game. This and the Little Sister Escort. I know you can do something during the Little Sister Escort where you like let her die and then you like summon her later down the line, but I'm not sure and I'm not gonna spend time trying to figure it out. I figure the Little Sister stuff will take long, the survival section in Arcadia will take long. But most of it we should be able to do pretty quickly. Medical is going to be nothing since we start with telekinesis. Once we get in, and then let me think. Fort Frolic should be pretty easy. There's going to be some areas that'll take a while, but we can do it pretty easy. I'll take out the guys. Sometimes we'll run into a bug. There's a bug with the guy in the record store. I don't remember which one he is, but sometimes he'll freeze up and he just won't leave and you can't get up there, so hopefully that won't happen. I'll make a save before we go into Rapture Records. I've got a couple of the notes written down. I hope that doesn't fuck me. Okay, there we go. Of some of the door codes, so I could just memorize. I won't have to like really put a lot of effort into figuring out what they are. The Australia Day one, that always gets me. 0126, the Kybird store code in Hephaestus. Let's see. Actually, should have practiced the controls a little bit before I did this, but it's fine. It's like riding a bike. You only fall a few times. I jump, but I don't actually think that'll speed me up any. I'm not sure though. The fish, I wonder how it got up there. We gotta walk over here, I think. And then, yep, there he is. He ends up... Boom. Boom. I like to let this guy fall and burn, but we really don't have time for that. He's gonna come to the door in a second. Zap him and whack him should cover most of this first area. I mean, maybe I'll use the pistol once or twice, but I really can't see me doing that. There's no point. Yeah, these elevator rides are pretty slow. Sometimes I can like shoot that guy or zap him or something and get him to look up at me, but I don't know what I think it is shooting. There's a little bit of loot over there, but we're not going for it. Maybe this is weird, but it seems odd they'd have ads for all those Fort Frolic areas. And you can go down there, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna skip it. Over here. It's on our cutscene. Wonder if it is possible to get the extra little sister. I remember when I was playing around with console commands, the little sister you see in the tubing in Medical Pavilion, I killed the Big Daddy. I no-clipped over there, I killed the Big Daddy, and there was actually a little sister bit, I guess, either so the Big Daddy could get the little sister, or in case somehow he died and you did rescue the extra little sister. I know in Bioshock 2 there was a way to get into Adonis when you're in the ocean and kill the Rumbler. But there was a glitch you could do. It wasn't like no clip. You can see the Big Daddy, he's already red. He starts red. I remember when I first played this game, I was terrified the Big Daddies would just attack you on sight. I didn't realize that there was a mechanic for that. Because, I mean, that was pretty advanced. I think some book I had was like Bioshock has the most advanced mechanics. There's a cool thing here. It's minor, but it'll take me 2 seconds. I'll show it to you guys. If you go over here, this is the only area where you can take a pistol off a body, as far as, or any kind of weapon off a dead body, as far as I can tell. Boom. I'll collect some ammo. No, it's not that important. I'm gonna zap these guys up ahead. Oh. Boom. Easy peasy. Nothing bounty. Flamethrower turret. There's 3 flamethrower turrets in the game. So the big bomb's gonna go off there, I think. No, that's a little bit later. So this one's really easy. You just shock this, and they just jump down into it. Zap, zap. Ow. Be careful, don't open it yourself. You loot the bodies afterwards. Ow. I didn't realize there's no I thought I was gonna electrocute. That's part of the advantage of not having sound. Or one of the disadvantages. Boom, there's the bomb. Okay, so when they start running out that way. Sonar zap, 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 zap. Again, I have no sound, so I gotta kind of keep my eye on things. I can't rely on the sound. I get the subtitles, obviously, but I'm not always looking. I'm kind of focused ahead. And then he's gonna stop me. Boom, boom, boom. This isn't a code or anything. I'm just doing this for kicks. Ryan shows up. He's got this weird picture. You know, he like took this sinister picture in case he was talking to, unless it's supposed to be like a camera, kind of like Sophia Lamb does in Bioshock 2, but it says Ryan, so I just don't know. I might do one of these for Bioshock 2, but that might be harder. I don't know it as well as Bioshock 1, but despite that, I like it more than Bioshock 1. But it's tricky sometimes. I could probably skip Siren Alley. That's not bad. If I knew that code, I could skip at least half Siren Alley. They don't have the New Game Plus thing, so it's harder if I skip. Choices, choices, choices. This is where it's like, oh, you gotta get out of here. And it's fucking 3 splicers. I got 21 bullets. I got 6 bullets. That's 2 bullets per splicer. I guess there's theoretically supposed to be more, but there's not. Terrible windows. Should have just skipped. Alright, so now here is where things go crazy. So I get all my research bonuses. I get all my guns, all my tonics, and all my plasmids. And I think I only get 3 slots, or I get all my plasmids, except I don't get to customize them until I get to Neptune's Bounty to the gene bank. So it's a little tougher, but I do get all the guns with all the upgrades, and I get all the guns and upgrades, and I start out with telekinesis, which is the most essential part of this, because I need telekinesis to skip most of medical. I don't have to find incinerate. I don't have to find go down to painless dental. I get to skip all that. I'm gonna try to use my pistol here. It's like I actually lost bullets. That's kind of funny. We'll hack these turrets. But I am headed straight for Dr. Steinman's aesthetic appeals. I'm sure my turret will take care of that. So, over there, that's the Big Daddy I was talking about. I no-clipped over there, and then around the corner there's like a blank space and a little sister vent. Alright, watch this. Oh, I got his bomb. Explodes anyway. Boom. Easy as pie. Dr. Steinman's gonna come out. He's got 2 security bots. That's 1. Or he only has 1, but he summons a turret. Boom. I'm gonna hop across there. That does some damage, but it's fine. I'm gonna shoot him in the head with a crossbow. So he begins machine gunning this, but you can see the wire. And it's not, you can't fire till that wire disappears. Yeah, I'll shock him first. I'll shock him and then Tox. This was a 16. I always thought this was crazy. Well, Psycho. I love Dr. Simon. He's like the quintessential perfect mini boss. He's a lot of personality to it. It's like I still like watch. Boom, 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 boom. The wire's still there. Wire's gone. Boom. He's dead. Yeah, I would say he's the quintessential Bioshock mini boss, or like mini boss Bioshock or else. I just really like his presence in the game. He's very intimidating. He's got a lot of personality. He's really sick in multiple ways. That gets killed. You can do some bug where you like blow up this splicer here. And then you can like shoot 10 bombs. It's very strange. I think I pulled it off when I no-clipped, but I couldn't do that. But you have to like hold a grenade. Her model is just a modified Lady Smith. You can kind of tell, and that's kind of why they don't let you see her up close, because she's kind of ugly. But there's no real models in the game. Like Atlas later in the game is just the waiter splicer with like a hat on. So if you see him up close, he's all fucked up. And Andrew Ryan, I think, and Andrew Ryan and Sander Cohen, and obviously Fontaine at the end, are the only models with a unique appearance, I think so. So you just plasmid, let you pull slugs out of little girls. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, I don't like that, never mind. Oh, she's scared. She's scared. You get a drink and a smoke to the side. I'm gonna rescue them. I guess they put them across each other. H is two. There's two keys between H and L. I wonder what else they could have done. They could have made it Q and E. They want you to buy stuff, but I've got everything I need. I can inject Eve somehow. I don't remember what the key is, but it's fine. I'll make do. I guess it's saved my ammunition loadout. That's really funny. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, look, there's literally nothing. Looks like the text is kind of buggy. I don't know what the deal is there. To pick up some ammo, it's fine. I'll make do. Get some experience points. Excuse me. Excuse me. There's gonna be a nitro. He's gonna throw a bomb at me. Whoop. Idiot. I don't think I killed him, but it's fine. I really don't need to. If I wasn't doing a speed walk, there's some cool stuff you can do. Goddess ass. There's some cool stuff you can do in medical with this. You use telekinesis to grab a door key, and then you press the button to open it, and a splicer comes out. But the thing is, every time you press the button, even after it's unlocked, a new splicer spawns, and they spawn in water. So you can just shock the water and jam the button, and then you can harvest unlimited supplies in medical. It's pretty early, so it's not that useful, but it's neat. That's pretty sick. Bioshock 1 had great art direction. There's Rosebud, as I was saying. You can actually bug the game if you beat her too quickly, I want to say. It's multiple routes. I'm just gonna go my usual route. There's a rocket turret. I'll grab the rocket. Then I'm gonna boom, boom. Grab some of this bullshit. Peach Wilkins, he's good. He's not Steinman, but he's okay. So I'm gonna be careful with Rosebud. I'm just gonna wrench it. Oh, I need to stop at the Dream Bank. I don't know if I have everything. There's probably some tonics or something in the environment that I missed. Okay. Pow, pow, pow. Fuck it. And there she goes. So yeah, if you do it too quick, you can bug it out. don't know if I can grab anything. Yeah, I can. Alright, so I gotta go get the cameras. I wonder. No, there's no way. Buggy ass game. Yeah, I'll stop by the gene bank when I head back up. I think I am gonna do hacking tonics. Alright, let's see. Enrage, target dummy, and hypnotize Big Daddy. Physical tonics. Sports boost. Sports boost, that's for speed. Eve Link. Eve Link. Boo Sound. And just get medical expert. Engineering. Focus Hacker. Clever Inventor. That one's for the when I build the Lazarus vector. Oh, hacking expert. And I'll just get SHB hacker. Doesn't really matter. These are decently important. Armored shell. Armored shell. Damage research. Damage research. Wrench worker, maybe? I don't know. I'll just get electric flash, I guess. Alright, that should be good for the entire run. Oh, he's on my side. Oh, fuck. I'll just buy it. I thought I had insta-hacks on those, but I guess I didn't. So here we get the camera. Alright, we have a camera. Boom. Boom. That's one. Boom. Boom. Fuck you. Are you a security expert? I'm not even gonna bother. Boom. Boom. I don't know why I did that. I just did. Got a lot of money too. If you hack that later when the guys come to put the turret in, it's gone. Where is she? There she is. I really don't need to kill her. Then in the Fighting McDonough, if you if you have your thing ready, alright, yeah, you can get. I came too close. I almost missed it. You can get the picture. Sorry for not talking. I was a little focused up. He's talking about Patrick and Moira, which you can see. I'm not really paying attention. Oh, maybe you can fight her. Because I already do have Wrench Lurker. It's just. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't care, you fools. Fool is just such a fun thing to call someone. You fool! You fool! That's what me and my friend call each other all the time. You can break those to get in. Bioshock 2, you can get them a lot faster because you can hack it, get the blue bonus, and then break, and that gives you a free first aid kit. Sometimes you can get 2, and then if you break it, you can get another. So you can get maybe up to 30. I remember getting the blue bonus one once, but maybe I'm nuts. Maybe I was just on like mini machines. I know I've done values. Alright, you gotta give up all your weapons. I got plenty of crap. There's an Eve, I want that. You gotta have incinerate. You can't not have incinerate. Let's hack this. I'll buy it out. I got plenty of money. I'm gonna be standing up here so I can hack this turret really fast. Something he's talking about Fontaine on the devil. Probably the same guy, honestly. He's pretty evil. He's like maybe one of the more evil Bioshock villains. Cause at least like Comstock. Comstock's really evil, but at least he thinks he's doing the right thing. At least he thinks he believes in what he's doing. Fontaine's doing it just for money. He doesn't give a shit about anything. Atlas, he was ours. I guess he was like part of Atlas's rebellion thing. Let's hit the target dummy. Got him. Interesting enough, he's labeled as just a nitro splicer. He doesn't have a unique thing. Unique name on his corpse. We're just kind of cutscenes and shit. We're just gonna wait. I used to think this was like the hardest scene in the entire game, and it still is pretty sick. It's just not that sick. Smuggler's Hideout. Like I said, once we get to Fort Frolic, we'll take a look at the map. I got quite a bit to discuss. I got theories and concepts. How's that sound? Smuggler's Hideout's kind of just it's not a real map. I think that is exclusive to the PC. Not the thing you said about my hand being clearly visible. So I wonder if Andrew Ryan really even blows up. As spoiler alert, you shouldn't be watching this if you haven't seen the whole game yet. If you don't know everything that happens. Spoiler alert, Fontaine is Atlas, and his so-called family isn't real, and he just blows up. I think this is the first time Andrew Ryan talks to you, by the way. I mean, obviously not the first time he talks to you, but like the first time directly he speaks to you through the service radio. But yeah, so he's going there. Look, he's the waiter's model. He's just got a flat cap on. He kind of looks. You can kind of tell, honestly. Anyway, so his family's allegedly in there, and then they get blown up when you go close. But so did Andrew Ryan even do that? Because if he didn't do that, what would they have found? Maybe Atlas just put Fontaine just put corpses in there, and so like if he didn't blow up the sub, which he was counting on him doing, the spider splicers look sick, which he counted on him doing, you would have just found the dead, and he could have been like, "Oh, Andrew Ryan, you killed my family." I can't do an Irish accent, but I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe he was just so confident that Andrew Ryan would blow them up, but it would have been really funny if he was just like, "Yeah, I don't give a shit." A lot of explosives and shit here. Spider splicers, and then boom! Yeah, so like there's that. I think you can find some, yeah, there's a corpse. So maybe that was just like some dead body of some woman and child that was put inside the thing. I don't know. Next is Arcadia. I guess we gotta finish. Arcadia is not close to Neptune's Bounty. It is very far away, so maybe we took like a little hand cart there. We walked for like a few hours. I don't know. I wonder how many people live in Rapture. Arcadia's pretty unique, obviously, because they have all the plants, you know. Rapture doesn't have that many plants. I think they do a good job with the Bibles being the smuggled item. Looking for Eve. I'm not low on Eve. This is where you can start to find inventing components, but I really don't need them. Fuck. No fucking clue where I'm going. This way? This seems right. Am I going the right way? I'm so not going the right way. Believe it or not, I'm actually horrible at this game. That's why I'm speed walking it instead of speed running it, because I'm just awful at it. I'm just awful. Some asshole up there. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I like how they use garden tools here. Boom. 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 What's Fuck. These vending machines are so wonky. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like I said, just awful. Well, Arcadia's kind of easy. I'll bring it up because it's the goodest time in any. Nothing's really happening. I kind of wish the excuse me. The Bioshock multiplayer maps were closer to the Bioshock design, the design of the actual levels. Like the Bioshock Arcadia is nothing like actual Arcadia. It feels like there's no verticality. It's very designed for multiplayer, and I kind of like the more, I don't know if this is the proper way to phrase it, the diegetic feel of maps in multiplayer games, where they're like, I feel more like I'm in a place rather than when I'm in a place instead of somewhere that was designed for some people to fight in, you know. I like feeling like I'm somewhere that could exist. So Andrew Ryan killed all the trees. There's still a few trees there, so I guess that's how we're still breathing. I mean, it'd still take a while to get rid of all the oxygen. Especially in the entire city. Come on. Get real. I wonder what the fucking point of these are. You know, like, why are they out in there? It's not like we're getting a lot of sunlight. There's Julie. I love that picture of Julie Langford. She looks so good. And then her model's some old woman. I could have done a little. I wish they redid some of the models. I think they only did texture work in the remake. I wish they did some models so that Tenenbaum wasn't just a reskinned Lady Smith and same thing. These guys are pissed at me for some reason. I don't know why. I like a fighting jar. So, I'm gonna do an early start of collecting the shit. The Saturnine, which are really sick, honestly. Boom, boom, boom. He's dead. And they also have them, so I should be able to get this pretty quick. I don't know how much each one needs, but I've got the Clever Inventor, and I'll hack the machine, or at least buy it out. You want to look for these trunks. The chlorophyll solution's usually around the trunks. You usually get attacked whenever you go in there, so look, I'm already at 4. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I haven't even gotten the rose yet. This is easy as pie. I think that Big Daddy, that guy's always dead there, right? Maybe? I don't know. I really don't care who wins that fight. I'm just gonna hop down. Boom, 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 boom. Ignored. You're irrelevant. Boom, boom. Zap him and whack him still. The goat. I will figure it out, because if I don't need that many, I don't need that many. That'll be helpful. 4 might be it. I don't know. So she's like up there, I guess. Yeah. And I kind of angled it specifically so you can't see. Or she's up there. Look off. Stupid. I'm gonna make sure to hack all her stuff when I leave, so that the survival mission's mildly easier. If I really wanted to, I could get the natural camouflage ability and there's our core fill solution. The natural camouflage ability, and I like the green security shutdown, by the way, and just wait it out. They give you mines and stuff, but they're really not that useful. Here she dies. Like, she's not even blonde. She's very obviously blonde. And the thing, or I guess she could be brunette, but it's not that dark if she is. It was clearly a lighter hair color. This seems horribly dangerous, just moving. What is this for? What does this do? Anyway, Dr. Julie Langford botanist. I wish she was alive for longer. I like her character. She's this kind of amoral mercenary botanist. Just kind of surviving in the fucking Civil War as if nothing's happening. 9457. I got that code written down. I really don't need to. It's right there, but I did anyway. Listen to the diary. 9457. And then listening. Chemical thrower. That's where you get the chemical thrower the first time. Boom, 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 boom. There's nothing really interesting I can do while I wait. Alright, so let's see. Alright, looks like I keep all my junk, so I didn't even need to do farmer's market. Sick. I guess I can just skip that and move on. Awesome. That's actually really convenient. It's going to take a lot of time off my time. Time off my time, yeah. Also, I'm a fucking genius. I don't think that's supposed to be getting cut yet, but maybe you can go to farmer's market somehow and like get all the stuff beforehand. I really have no idea. So I think that's always quite. Yeah, I was saying you can just like stand invisible in the corner, and the splicers will walk around and be like, where is he? They won't like go to try to stop the thing, which I guess they have a vested interest in not. I wish this really had a timer. It's kind of annoying that you can't see it. Yeah, I guess I have a vested interest in not stopping you. Normally when I do this in a regular game of Bioshock 2, I go get everything, and then I come back here. And there's a Big Daddy, and I use my hypnotized Big Daddy, which I should have gotten recently. And then I can hypnotize Big Daddy, and then he just backs me up. I get a big burly Rosie, beating ass and taking names. Houdini's. Sometimes you can. Oh, stupid. Sometimes you can see them like walking across the water. That might only be in the Saturnite caves. I totally forgot that I get to keep all my U-Invent stuff, which is I know I've said it 3 times already. Very convenient. I'm just looking for something to talk about. I think there really could have been a cooler Bioshock multiplayer map. Something based on here, you know, imagine like your enemies in there. Why are they fighting? What the fuck? God damn it. Anyway, yeah, like you're fighting your friends, you're I'm not wasting air, but kind of circling around, and then somebody goes up here and they're shooting through the window. And you get the gist. Electric gel, that's good stuff. That's what I'm gonna wreck Fontaine with. Maybe I'll wreck some people during the Little Sister section with it. That pretty much just shreds everybody. I'll buy some Eve if I get a chance. No Eve. I got autovax, it's fine. Halfway there. It says halfway, but I'm only 2/3. So that makes me think that maybe this was even longer. Wouldn't that be nuts? Let's think what else. I think it would have been cool if, and obviously we're not there yet. I could probably talk about this during that time, but I'll just figure and think of something else to talk about. If there was like a Andrew Ryan quote unquote boss battle, I'm not saying he needs to like fucking fist fight Jack, obviously you can't do that, but like before in the Rapture Central Control, it'd be really cool if there were 2 big daddies which were automatically hostile to you, like a Bouncer and a Rosie, so they're kind of like flanking you. That would have been pretty sick. But I mean, I kind of get why they didn't want to do that. You can see her teleport. I guess she does technically teleport. I don't think, like, in the mechanics, they're literally walking around invisible. There we go, it's done. But I think in the lore they are, especially in Bioshock multiplayer. You can get Houdini, which turns you invisible. Well, I mean, they're the Houdini splicers, so boom, 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 dead. What am I hitting there? Alright, so we're gonna race back downstairs. And then we're going to stop at Fort Frolic. So you'll note that he says next stop is Ryan's house, right? So keep that in mind when I talk about my thing on the next area, because that will be relevant. I'm fast enough I can just skip most of these jackass. He's telling me to go search the farmer's market. I'm not going to the farmer's market, Atlas. He calls me a termite, and he's gonna spray poison on me. You already tried that, stupid. I'm try funny. I'm just a genius. I should leave with that atom because I have a billion atom. There's nothing I can buy. Fort Frolic is. It's a good level. I saw a thing where they were talking about, like, you know, like when you design a level, you kind of have a theme, right? Like a gameplay theme. Like in this level, there's a lot of tough guys who take a lot of damage. In this level, there's a lot of guys with guns and stuff. In Fort Frolic, I think it was interesting. They said they designed it to be scary, which I think is really cool. Horrible window, once again. Alright, so Atlas is all breaking up. There's the map, so we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. Alright, Andrew, keeps talking. Sandy Crone's a nut. Alright, so here's our route, right? We went boom, 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 boom. Isn't that strange? So my theory is that Fort Frolic was originally intended to be before Arcadia, and they moved it in development. So it would have gone like boom, boom, then maybe here somehow. I really doubt it was supposed to be the second level. Medical's not even on here. You could assume maybe that's medical? I don't know. One of these is medical. You also go from here to here. I guess that makes sense. Alright. I gotta go. But I gotta kill these jackasses. Alright, where are they? They're dead. I've seen some funny stuff in Fort Frolic. Just insane prices. You can see like a $70,000, not 70, but like a $300 pep bar. I'll throw the gambling when I pass. There's 2 slot machines. Telekinesis is by far, in my opinion, the most efficient thing. You do decent damage and you get some decent, or it takes like no eve. Alright, here we go. I can smell the malt vinegar on him. Yokels and Rubes, Manners, Fleet Hall. So this goes back into my Bioshock multiplayer thing. I wish Fort Frolic did even get a level. I think it did. I know Prometheus Plaza got a level, and that one is kind of like the game. I would say that did a good job. Kind of the disadvantage of having no sound. Come on. I can gamble one time. Ooh, $25. I'm fucking goated. Yeah, I wish like the Fleet Hall was the multiplayer map. And it's not. Cancel that. Let's see, I think 2 guys attacked me. So he is up there, and if you, I think, go up these stairs, he'll be like, I'm not ready to come out yet. You can't rush a man before his show. And, yeah, so. Excuse me. That's just a little trivia. I'm just gonna rush out and shoot this guy's fucking piano, blast him to smithereens. It's gonna be so fast. I've read the... Okay, I guess I had to shoot him. That seems like an oversight. I can't jump. Oh, there we go. What am I trying to say? The song he plays was specifically designed to be hard to play. I've seen someone play it on YouTube. It was pretty sick. But it's like the super complex song with like no repetition. It's really cool. So if you run over there, jump onto there, and jump onto there where there's normally a tonic, Sander Cohen will be like, an athletic little guy or something like that. Some crap like that. I know, it's weird. I'm just gonna go the other way. I don't want to wait for the elevator. If you can even go down to the elevator. Oh, it's taking me so long. My speed walk is ruined. But the thing is, after he dies, if you kill Sander Cohen, he'll still say that. So it's like a ghost, the ghost of Sander Cohen. Or maybe he was resurrected from the dead. Next guy is the ice guy. There's a really fun way to do that one. I'll show you it. Like Quidditch. I don't know what that means. Quad is 4, so I guess there's 4 guys. Titch, you got me. Terrible photo. Well, it's not bad. I'm pretty good. Yeah. Let's move on. 160 atoms. Let's heal. Boom. Sometimes it can be hard to come across supplies in Fort Frolic. I mentioned earlier that they're expensive, but... Ugh. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of listening to Sander Cohen talk. I think it's 2 before he gets so pissy. And I gotta hold him off. Like that gear system. There's no way that helps anything. Why is it moving? What is it doing? Yeah, you go like, oh, icy boy. Look, there's icy boy. Alright, so he's like the only guy with the bird mask. I know where he is. I know where he is. So I'm gonna blow his brains out while he's frozen. And that actually kills everybody else in the room. Icy boy. It's funny because it's implied he made the icy Houdini splicer, but then other icy Houdini splicers appear in this. I don't think they appear in Bioshock 2. They might, but don't quote me on that. Alright, here we go. So that's him right there. That guy right there. Boom! He's dead. Frozen enemies are easily killed, but they shatter, leaving no loot. He looks like an idiot. Perfect for an art piece of guys we murder. He has the frozen field tonic, which is honestly not that useful. It's kind of cool though. It makes like your wrench freeze people, and I think it makes you resistant to ice, but don't quote me. There's the elite bouncer. I gotta say, the harpoon drill doesn't seem like it would be more effective. I guess for that move, maybe I was wrong. Alright, so when I get up to Rapture Records, I'm going to save. Because I mentioned before there's a glitch with Pablo, what's his name? There's a lot of cool stuff. This was a really neat, well, I mean, even aside from the Sander Cohen thing, there's a lot of neat, like, details in this level. There's a lot of different stories you can go to that are totally irrelevant to the overarching plot, but like the Potas level. There's Surprise. I think Rapture Records is this. Yeah, there it is. So we're gonna make a quick save. New save. Saving, please don't turn off your computer. And then we will go in. So there he is. Boom! We got his ass. No, I'm kidding. It's the guy with the time bomb. He shoves up and he's like, "Oh, you're stupid. You're a fool. Fool. I got you." He comes out of nowhere. Yeah. There's nothing over there. There's nowhere for him to be hiding. He sends a bunch of burning people after you. It's one of the funniest things you can do is, you can just become invisible and these enemies never stop burning. And so they just die as kittens. I don't really know the logistics of this. Does he set them on fire before, like, before combat? Does each kitten only get to be used one time? Alright, here we go. I think the glitch did not have... Yeah, so... was he hiding here? Was he just stuck against the wall? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just gonna beat him to death. Boom. Boom. I'm goated. Over here somewhere is Sinclair Spirits, and that's where you can activate the scary plaster splicers who, they're like invisible. Or, they're not invisible, they're totally silent and they pretend to be like the statues before they attack you. They're all spider splicers, by the way. I'm sure everybody knows that by now if you're watching this Bioshock Speedwalk. You're well aware of the plastered splicers. What's that look? You don't like it. I don't need to be judged by you, by anyone. Screw you, screw all your doubters. I'm not gonna say it. I don't know why. I blocked this so you can't get up there. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah, look, there's like a wedge. Alright. I'm just gonna walk around and smack them. I think I kind of encourage you to use the shotgun, like enemies drop shotgun bucks. Yeah, screw it, let's do it. Boom. I love having an automatic shotgun. And it loves having me. That was a terrible joke. I don't know what the fuck that was. I just said so, why didn't it? Boom! Here we go. You just gotta keep killing these guys. Eventually they run out. They're pretty worthless. I think these are intentionally weaker enemies, just to kind of be like a spooky thing. You done? Nope. Boom. Boom. Come on, Cohen. Don't be a buffoon. I killed like 1,000,000 guys for you. This last guy in the Eve's Garden is really easy to kill. Sorry about that for sure. Artistic temperament. The birth class. The birth. What a fucking freak. I know a lot of artists in my days, but not one of them Sander Cohen. This last guy's super easy to take out. You just slip over here, slip over here. There's turrets up above, so you want to take the below. I think you might. I swear. Yes, okay, so Jasmine Jolene. Oh, Andrew Ryan. This is really funny. You're the shot try console. If you no clip, it's 2 Cohens in there dancing to create these shadow effects. So that's pretty funny. I'm getting my crossbow out because I'm just gonna headshot this dumb idiot sitting at the bar. You go in here, trigger that. There's Jasmine Jolene. Nobody touched her corpse. There he is. It's just got it. Easy as pie. Alright, now all we gotta do is wait for the end of it. There's Big Daddy over there. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Big Daddy over there. We're just gonna put this on, walk down. I don't think I'm gonna kill him. It's just kind of a waste of time. I'm doing this pretty good. I'm on a good run. Oh, it's been an hour already. Damn, I was hoping it'd be only like 40 minutes or something. I can maybe do an hour 45. Maybe. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Maybe I can just to do this quicker. Can I just leave now? Awesome. I'm out. What happened to you? Okay, yeah, so that actually sped me up a little bit. Oh. It's fine. Festus. Easy. Peasy. The only thing I perceive will be a problem is, getting the R34 wire clusters, because that can be a problem sometimes. But I should pretty much be able to make short work of any Big Daddy. Part of the trick is you're not supposed to loot any bodies, because if you loot the bodies before you need the wire clusters, you can't loot them after you need the wire clusters. So don't loot the bodies. If you no-clip up and look down, this is a really cool, we'll call it a visa. This is where the guys get electrocuted. They're kind of annoying. Guys are getting tougher, but not tough enough. Festus has a cool aesthetic. It's kind of different than the rest of the game. And it's darker, grimmer. I mean, the whole game's dark and grim, but it's kind of like got this red feel. That's like the primary color of it. Oh, I gotta get into Andrew Ryan's body. I gotta get to Andrew Ryan. There we go. Oh, one of these guys is Bill McDonough. It might be... yeah, it's him. If you shoot his door, he, like, cracks on. It's just like, oh yes, that'll work, idiot. It's really funny. Wow, I gotta listen to his whole spiels, being about fucking wives and stuff, married. Oh, see. I think I like this one. I'd really like this one. I wonder. Okay, so this chick is the Anya, Ander daughter, Anders daughter, and this is Bill McDonough. But I wonder if the rest of these guys are. I guess from the book. One of these Karlovskis should be around. I wonder what happened to him. He was Andrew Ryan's big burly Russian bodyguard. Maybe one of these splicers is him. Like when you come back. That's what I'd say if I was the guy who wrote the book. But it is a very, very good book. The only thing is Bill McDonough specifically says in Bioshock, in this auto diary, I'll grab it and you can read the subtitles, he's never killed anyone before, and the Bioshock book explicitly makes it apparent that he has, and they even have this audio diary, they like play it. It was like they show a scene of him recording it, but he oh my god, I can't talk. He doesn't say the line. Yeah, he's never killed a man, let alone a man. They explicitly cut that line. I swear I'm going right. No, I'm not going to workshops. I'm going to heat loss. What am I doing? They explicitly say that he's never killed a man before, and they explicitly in the book, when they have the scene of him saying, like, recording this specific audio diary, that line's not in it, so I thought that was odd. It's a neat section. It's kind of funny if you do it right, because if you have, like, the bees, they will attack the people on the ground, and the people never get up. Oh, I'm frozen. Oh, stupid. Kill yourselves. I gotta kill these guys, really? There. I never realized that. I've always just killed them. So the corpse, or the half, like, pound of ionic gel is like the easiest thing to do. It should be like a full 4 tanks, because like it's not even relevant in the game. Alright, we're gonna make our way back to Kybert's workshop. Kybert's? I don't know. You got me. It says we gotta stay there, but we really don't. Maybe we can pick up some more ammo. I'll start using my machine gun instead of my pistol. It's about time. Anyway. I got his office door, so I said before, this is cool. I can do this fast. So that one got hacked to drop bombs. That's just a neat little thing. I always found this kind of place a little bit confusing, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little odd. There's his office. Boom, boom, boom. Once again, it tells you to stay in that area, but we're gonna wait here. This is where we get the first R34 wedge shield wire stubs, a half can of iconic gel, and he has nitroglycerin. Let's check over here. I got some pistol rounds. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yep. Oh Christ, I gotta look at the bomb again. Terrible. Just terrible. Alright. There we go. It's kind of weird I screwed that up by accident. Alright, let's get into his office real quick. So, 126 Australia Day. Let's just... You could kind of weirdly skip this kind of thing. Yeah, I'm going to get the rest of the game. I'm not coming back to put every single component in the thing. There's Big Daddy. Let's kill him. It's 2. There's a can of ionic gel. It's 3. That's not 3, that's 1 can of gel, 2 R34 wire clusters. We need another can of gel, which should be pretty readily available out here. 2 more Big Daddy things there, Big Daddy. These Electro Buck and the Explosive Juck work pretty well against them. Geothermal control, I don't want to go there. I'll head backwards, and there's that dead Big Daddy, unless I see another one. Office of Andrew Ryan, yeah, so we should be able to just pass by here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's everything we need. So, after we do this, there's the survival section where we gotta pour lava into the water. And that shouldn't be too hard. I'm just gonna enrage and target dummy. Maybe I could, if I see a Big Daddy, I'll hypnotize him, but I don't know, I already killed 2, so... I don't think so. That shouldn't be too hard, and we just gotta run back. And then there's this... It's kind of a gauntlet that I'm mostly gonna skip. Mind that, I'm just gonna run past all the enemies. And then Andrew Ryan, and then we'll plot from there. See what we're at. We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's about 10 minutes. That's not bad. And range is pretty good actually. It's whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, look at that guy. The only thing is it doesn't work on lone guys, but it is quite convenient. What else? Seriously, yeah, that's a cool symbol, the geothermal control symbol. Alright. Oh, wait, I could just tack these. Is there another one? Yes. Okay, so this should honestly keep me safe this entire time. Ugh, I might take a little damage, but I'll crouch. Can you crouch? Yeah. Let's move. I don't know why this machine had... Okay, it backs you up, so it can't even use it as cover. That's insane. But I don't know why this machine has a thing to dump lava on the ground. It just that doesn't really make sense to me, but maybe it does more than that. I just gotta do the right thing. Oh, I never noticed there was those little lights. Yeah, I could just tank it because they got armored shell a billion. That's cute. And then the lava shows up. Oh, that's pretty easy. There's 6 proximity mines, so you can mine this crap. But that's unnecessary. Are you all dead? Hope so. Head to the core. This is where you see the flashbacks again. I remember the twist came out of nowhere when I was a kid. I couldn't even comprehend it. I was like, whoa, what's he talking about? Don't put words in my mouth, Andrew Buttface. But really, this twist, the Bioshock twist to get... I mean, I always get twisted by stuff. I almost never see a twist coming. I used to. I do now. More often. I can't really spot a twist villain before. You know, if a guy's like weirdly prominent, then surprise, surprise, he's a twist villain. See, I got a double health kit out of that? That's interesting. Why did that happen? Alright, so we're just gonna... I'm gonna drop a target dummy. Uh-oh. I hate my ass. That's the guy. Maybe that's Karlovsky, that guy right there. He's just kind of a tough dude with a bunch of security bots with him. Right, so this is where I'm saying there could have been some kind of boss fight, you know, fight two big daddies. I mean, not in here. Again, terrible windows. Who are these for? Who are these windows for? Terrible, terrible, terrible. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, this room, it's kind of cool. It's this big, so I can imagine two big daddies come out from there. There's a fun mention, the Vita Chamber Diary. I'll pick that up. I probably won't get to play it for 1,000 years. But they mention Alexander and Sinclair, which from what I understand are just the names of developers. Suchan name drops them. But obviously, Gil Alexander and Augustus Sinclair got made into two characters of Bioshock 2, which I love. I think Bioshock 2 is my GOAT. It's the best gameplay in my opinion. The story is so good. The characters are good. Sinclair's awesome. Sophia Lamb's a great antagonist. She's a great villain. She's such a bitch. And it's just so good on so many levels. If you're wondering why I was doing that, you can't go in here until it's ready. I'm not taking that because he's telling me. Yeah, Sinclair and Alexander already tried to explain science to me. Yep, there it is. So I kind of dicked this. God damn. Jasmine Jolene. Here's Jasmine Jolene, Andrew Ryan. They make him. He pays him to make him sexually. I don't know. I don't really know about the little wires. I guess these are receipts, scientific progress, something. What? Ryan set the core to self-destruct. She's gonna take out the whole damn city. I guess Ryan really would want to pull up the entire place instead of letting someone else win. What a bitch. What a bitch. Alright, here we go. So this is just gonna be a long cutscene. I'm just gonna talk about something. We'll figure it out. Andrew Ryan does his thing. Oh. What am I looking at here? Oh, fuck. I'm so concerned. I thought my game was dicked. This is an old-fashioned typing machine. Yeah. A plane. A crash. Ooh. He bought it from Fontaine Futuristics. I guess they were good. Science. Or computers? I don't really know. This is a really powerful scene. The first time it really blew my mind. The would you kindly thing. But I've done it so many times. It's just nothing to me now. I hate to say it. Let's see what we're at. We're at an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, I think I can do this under 2 hours. I think I got this. You know, call me nuts, but I think I can pull it off. Whoa, whoa. A man chooses, a slave obeys. Obey. Oh, Christ, we gotta watch the whole thing. Andrew Ryan just makes you... I don't know why I'm explaining it, you're watching it. Yeah, I mean... It's pretty cool, I guess. I can't tell if I like this new... It's very Walt Disney in this one. And originally he seemed more like a Howard Hughes type guy. I mean, there was some Walt Disney influence, but... I just don't think of it as much as Howard Hughes, you know. Self-made. The book said he's self-made. I guess I don't remember if they really discuss it. But in the book, he's self-made. I mean, he got lucky with the oil. He got a bunch of oil, but I guess he's self-made. That's still self-made, yeah. That's still self-made. He didn't foolishly sell it away like Jed Clampett. I wish I could loot him, get some of his money. How much money do you think he's had? That's a horrible office, by the way. It's so empty. There needs to be cool things in your office. Man, a lot of this one is just wait around for this time for the blue to go down and the red. That shoots out steam? What is that? Why does that shoot out steam? What the hell is this? When I first played, I was so attached to Atlas as a character, I was like, there's no way Fontaine murdered Atlas and he's just lying to me for some reason. He's a big jerk. I guess he doesn't relook at let's think, what does it do? I guess he's immune to security. I guess he controls the atom, huh? But, like, how does that work? Is there, like, a machine that holds the atom? Is there an atom bank? And he gets the control? Because, I mean, Andrew Ryan was putting bounties on Jack in Medical Pavilion. He was 1,000 atom for whoever kills Jack. But, there he is, bald Frank Fontaine. That's his motivation. He's bald, so he's been jealous of this the whole time. And I guess he can use the bathyspheres and stuff. I just don't. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, it's kind of vague, but that's fine. It's okay. I really don't see. He kind of betrays you for no reason. I was kind of offended, but honestly, I could just be like, whatever, I don't care. I'm getting out of here. He programmed his face into it. I wonder where that existed in that machine. Was it on, it wouldn't be on the key, right? So, like, it had to be programmed in. And then, like, into the Rapture Central database or whatever, so that if somebody, these bitches, they ambush me. I don't know. I just don't know. Waiting and waiting and waiting. was a good few minutes of waiting. We're gonna rush down to there. So when I did this last night, I immediately went to Fontaine's office, but it turns out that you can't go in until you go to Suchon's place and you find the key. Oh yeah. And so, or you find out that there's the thing. So you gotta, like, go to Tenenbaum's office or something. It's very annoying. It's very, very annoying. But we'll pull it off together. You kind of see that's the same model. And obviously they don't want you to see her up close. So this is pretty sick. Alright. Let's move. Come on, little girl. Move, 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 move. Come on, come on. You can move diagonally. You're allowed. You're allowed. Watch me wreck this kid. At fucking hopscotch. Boom. Boom! I win. I don't think that's how you play hopscotch. I have no fucking clue how to play hopscotch. Let me out! I don't want to be here. I gotta turn around and launch a grenade in there really fast. He goes, would you kindly go get stomped on by your big daddy? And he doesn't even give you a chance to do it. Like, you can't go to accomplish that before he gets mad at you. Watch. Go get stomped on by a big daddy, would you kindly? You see, like, that's the closest big daddy. I guess I could have shot it, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know a lot of stuff. It's really the game, if you're not careful, it can be actually kind of tough. Yeah, with the Fontaine thing, people can do a lot of you can take a lot of damage really easily. Not me, I'm too good. Yes, me. Absolutely me. Alright, where's Suchon's suite? So you find Clever Inventor, which I have obviously. That's a pretty good one. It makes it so you can invent stuff more easily. I'm gonna head to Tenenbaum Suite. I think that's the next spot I'm supposed to go. Culpepper, poor Anna. Cohen Suite, he's a pissy bitch. Oh, I gotta go out. One thing says if nitro splicers bother you, you can just get close to them and they'll throw down the smoke bomb. There's a paparazzi. That's how you get into Tenenbaum's place. She gets all sad. She's like, "Oh, they trashed my house." She's saying this. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry they trashed your house. But that is sad. I wouldn't like it if they trashed my house. Where did they trash her house? I'm not gonna take the risk because last time I lost a bunch of time. Because I went up to Fontaine's apartment too early and I couldn't take it. 60 crystal dose and brought it to my flat on the second floor. I never knew it, but I figured that bastard was doing something this job. On this, I keep my eye. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Now, hopefully I can... What? Why are you talking about this? Cool bear statue. Oh, I swear if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be pissed. This is exactly what happened. No. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Okay, now I gotta go. Security command. It's like the worst one. Oh my God. This is in Bioshock 2. You can summon crap. Well, security command. I better security command. Oh, well, 23 has caused me to become unstable. If you try to go into the metro, he can lock you out. Wow. I just want a better plasmid, please. This is mildly better. You can do some cool stuff with this. Like, one thing is it refills your Eve every time you use it, so you pretty much got unlimited Eve while you're doing this. You just don't get to pick your plasmid, which is annoying, but, you know. Whatever. You can use telekinesis to catch fireballs and throw them back. Yeah, I've never found that useful. That has never been useful in my entire life. We might be over 2 hours. Maybe we'll be like at exactly 2 hours. That might be a little bit annoying, but... Looks like Nancy. This is a cool area. I wish this was a map. I know they got Fontaine's Home for the poor, but not as cool as this area. Apollo Square. Scary. I like how he's got that helmet crap. Over there. Over there. But don't pay attention to me. Right there. It's convenient. Oh, this is a good plasmid. This is a good plasmid. Shocked. Locked. And go. Sean's Free Clinic. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Boom, boom. This isn't too hard. Like I said, I'm no expert at Bioshock. There's Shuchan. Now, according to our area, let's see, there's a secret passage somewhere that leads to some other place. I'm not really interested in that. So we're just gonna race home. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. I want to hack that. I don't want to hack it. And then we will proceed to our second big fetch quest of the evening. Point Prometheus, which is a sick level. I really like Point Prometheus. But it's a fetch quest. Boom, 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 boom. This is where you get locked if you haven't gotten the other thing. It just like goes like, magic wall. I want to say you can glitch past the door Fontaine Seal so you don't have to be dressed up like a Big Daddy, but I don't know that for certain. But I want to say that's the case. Alright, let's wrap it up. It's Point Prometheus time, and we are going to kick some ass. There is him. He looks exactly the same. I guess you can justify it because he's splicing now. Boom, 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 boom. Moving along. He does a jump over. You can't get to him. He's gonna hack those bots. I'm gonna counter hack those bots. Or should I say counter strike those bots? Am I right? Boom, mine, boom, mine. I guess Adam does make you good at hacking, huh? Oh, shit. Oh, I missed. Oh, oh, oh. I would suggest finding a dead one, but you don't have to, actually. It's a control system. Alright, let's get started with the quest. Is this the library? Yeah, we're gonna find the boots in here. Hacked. Boots. Boom, 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 boom. I got loud legs. Or loud feet. Point Prometheus can be kind of annoying because there's just like stuff you can't possibly know where they are. Like, I guess I could have the entire place memorized, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't. There's a spritz. There's one down there. There's things up there so the little sisters don't escape. I don't think there's any in there. There's just more. It's a winery Houdini. We do not care. Nothing in there. Okay, I good? Oh, I guess I got it. Just 2 is fine. I gotta go. We'll do the armor. So is that so you can get like infinite security bots in there? There's the helmet. I should have gotten everything else first. The helmet sucks because now I got this screen. It's whatever. Here's suit assembly. 25% damage resistance to all things. We'll check again. Alright, now all I gotta do is go to the optimized eugenics and get my throat torn out. Alright, I'm doing this faster than I thought I would. We might be able to beat 40 minutes depending on the little sister thing. There's a Big Daddy on the other side. Let's hypnotize him. I don't remember where it is. Oh god, this is cutting into my time! Here we go. Retard. That was rude. I shouldn't have said that. It's just a long-standing habit I've developed, unfortunately. But it was rude. I shouldn't have said that. Fool. That's it. Boom. Alright, here she comes. And then she's gonna go in there. I can wait. Come on. Come on. Alright, here we go. So this is gonna take a bit. This is gonna be probably the longest, most annoying part of the whole thing. Boom. 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 So plan is electric, fontaine. That should at least take out the first one, probably the second too. And then I'll switch to heat-seeking RPGs. So let's get those ready. Oh, I only got two, so instead we're going to switch to incendiary bolts. Or machine gun, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Oh my god. I'm only as fast as this little girl. Open the door, please. It's a cool scene. That guy's actually dead already. You can see there's no white in his eyes. I think it's smushed, and then later that other bouncer gets all pissy with me. I always assumed it was because he thought I killed him, but I don't think that's what was intended, but maybe it was, I don't know. This map also very disappointing in Bioshock, because it's Point Prometheus, but really it should have been Proving Ground. Come on. But it's just like the museum. Point Prometheus is such a cool area. It's got the eugenics and the Big Daddy manufacturing. Is she moving faster? I can't tell. I hope she is. Let's move, little girl. Please. Please. I'm gonna rush ahead. We'll hack this out. Okay, whatever. I can hack it. Oh, come on, is that... She's gonna move fast and then she runs. Okay, so she's gonna do this and then they're all gonna show up. I'm gonna place a mine. I can't see, so I'll see when the second mine goes off. Yeah, sins we can never atone. Imagine if a Big Daddy just machine gunned you. I think early Big Daddies did have some kind of machine gun, but maybe it was a rivet gun. Either way, it was a gun, but a machine gun Big Daddy would be really scary. It just like with the Gatling gun from Bioshock 2. They should have kept it and made that the turret gun. That would have been really neat. Ooh. Yeah, it might be friendly, but now it's my... Is he attacking her? Oh. She's doing backflips. Alright, you done? There she goes. This is how we run. Point their turret, one of the other two in the game. I'm just gonna... We'll hack that. That'll be nice. Hilarious. Even more hilarious. Search containers for loot. Who needs it? Hilarious. That's so funny to me. Alright, girly. Good enough. Let's get a move on. Come on. Gonna hack this. I don't remember what the last one was. Yeah, so like you let her die. What? You'll let her die and then like you come get this one and you can skip those first two, I think. Get moving! I'm trying to get sub 45, sub 2 hours. I'm already over 45. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? I don't remember. Oh, why am I so slow? Why am I so slow? Angry Big Daddy? He's already gone. Alright, this should be the last one. I always remember doing that. Shocking the water, man. Oh, I'm being too quiet. Yeah, so there's just not much to talk about here. There's a lot of stuff. You'd think Andrew Ryan wouldn't want something like this with all the circus animals because it would like be like, oh, there's good stuff on the circus. They had a whole amusement park about how horrible the circus was. But that's kind of depending on your interpretation of Andrew Ryan. There's a guy, I'm not going to name who he is because I don't want to harass him, but on the internet he is obsessed with how great Andrew Ryan is. It's comical. He wrote a whole thing about how Andrew Ryan actually faked his death and that Jack was really dumb for falling for it because he was, like Jack is stupid and fell for it because he was all on Adam. And how Andrew Ryan was actually right the whole time, and realistically people wouldn't use Adam. And I'm like, I'd like to think that realistically people wouldn't use meth, but they do, and meth doesn't give you superpowers, so I think if Adam was available, people would use it in real life. I feel like that's like a given. Oh, here comes the Big Daddy. Should kill him. That's where it is. I thought it was. So you'll notice it's a classic bouncer. It doesn't have the harpoon, but it's labeled as an elite bouncer, right? That's interesting. That's just a little bit of trivia. Anyway, so yeah, this guy was obsessed with Andrew Ryan. He loved him. And he was very, very critical of the Bioshock writers. He thought they did a horrible job because Andrew Ryan was evil and libertarianism was the only logical step in his eyes. Let's buy some garbo. Buy heat-seeking RPGs. No, I gotta craft those, don't I? Let's buy some Eve hypos, might as well, in case I use this run again. Is there a U event? There should be. There's not. If you can turn around and give me the thing. Come on, come on. Thank you. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we're gonna get the sub 2 hours, I think. It's not like I'm doing splits. And if we didn't count loading screens and cutscenes, we'd be well under 2 hours. I don't get what this machine is, because Big Daddies can't ride its elevator, so I don't think it's a Big Daddy thing. What is this super splicer machine? Maybe they used to just suck Adam out of bodies? He just reversed it. It's very comical. This whole boss fight is very comical. You're fighting the Atlas statue. That's so silly. There's a cool view of the city, though. It just looks ridiculous. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna need any other weapon. I think we got this one in the bag. Maybe on harder mode, it's we would, but I think we're gonna be fine. So in the second one, maybe he'll become immune to electricity. Yeah, he ought to. Yeah. He actually doesn't get stunned by it, but he does get killed by it. Anyway, in the second phase, he summons security bots. In third phase, he summons splicers. But if you do it fast, you know, I'm on easy mode. I'm not gonna pretend. Oh, I'm so fucking good. I killed him like instantly. Yeah. I don't even know what you're saying. You don't even have to. You just hit him with the electric gel. Yeah, easy peasy. This is a good run. I would say sub 2 hours. I'll end it as soon as the credits roll. While we're watching this, if you watch this video, let me know what other games you want me to play or speed walk. Yeah, there's a lot I could do. As soon as I see the credits, I am stopping the recording. So yeah, thanks for watching the video if you got this far. Sorry if there's no sound, but trust me, if the video's not really worth it. And I also got a shorter time. I'm about 10 minutes shorter than I was, so that's pretty good. He goes up there and he gives the little girls happy lives and they get married. And he becomes like a million because he's hyper aging. Yeah, Jack's like 4 years old. He has the muscular of a 20-year-old man. I wonder what he was doing on the surface. Was he just sitting around? Did he work? She marries some dude and has her own kids. And then like, yeah, he's a billion. I guess maybe he ages normally because that hand looks old. So these are presumably adult women. Alright, I will see you in the next video.